know. We talked about time management. I hope we got that. No, actually, I'm just recording.
Oh, okay.
Ritwij has an amazing place to show us. This is my fit for the day. Nothing is thrifted, but everything is cute. That's Ritwij's fit. He's not wearing shorts, but he's always all black because he wants to show people his masculinity. I'm all white because, you know, devil and... Oh my god, you know what I realized? Ritwij. He's such a gentleman. He held the door for me.
What about this? It's pretty echoey.
We can see. You know what I realized? I'm wearing white and you're wearing black.
Oh, that's funny.
This is funny. He's not that tall. I just look short here.
We can just start the podcast from here, these videos.
Okay.
Like, in the YouTube, we can just like...
Oh.
That'd be pretty funny.
I think this is so cute. Okay, that's the UC, by the way. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're having technical difficulties. Our brain isn't working. I'm not the brains of the podcast, as you can tell. But I'm definitely the beauty of the podcast.
Throw back to the first podcast.
Are you famous? Do you want to... how smelly are your socks?
Why?
We can go super comfy and take off our shoes and pretend like we're on a couch.
That's kind of weird.
Okay. Thumbnails.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of Daisy's Off Duty.
Nice beginning. My name is Ritwij.
I'm Yumna.
And this is Daisy's Off Duty?
No. Oh my god, cut. Now you're gonna say, and on today's episode we're gonna talk about...
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of Daisy's Off Duty.
My name is Ritwij.
And I'm Yumna.
And today we're going to be talking about all things engineering, University of Guelph, and our experience applying, or why we applied to engineering, and then what we're doing here right now.
And why we're in Guelph.
Yeah, exactly.
And not Waterloo, because we're Waterloo Rejects.
Yeah. Did you apply to Waterloo?
I did. Did you?
I applied to Waterloo as well.
What did you apply for?
I applied for computer engineering. What did you apply for?
I applied for biomedical. And you know what? My hopes were so high. I was like, even though it's so hard to get in for
I
biomedical.
applied, so my average was like 85 or something like that.
Oh, damn.
And on their website, it showed anything below like an 88 had a less than 1% chance of getting in. So I was like, I'm going to shoot my fucking shot. And I didn't get in. But
guess how much my average was?
80.
I was not in the 80s. I was in the high 90s.
Oh, okay. What?
I was in the high 90s. I had a decent amount of extracurricular, and I still... Oh, is that too bad?
No, that's fine.
I was trying to...
No, you're good.
Okay.
But you were in the high 90s?
I was in the high 90s,
97?
but I wasn't in IB. 95. I mean, that's mid-90s.
Mid-90s. But goddamn.
Yeah.
You're smart.
But it was inflation. But yeah.
COVID.
No, I was also like very nerdy in high school.
Oh, I see.
But like not with like glasses and braces.
Wow.
Glasses and braces right there. That's...
No. But yeah, that's good for you. Yeah, I wasn't that smart. I fucked up high school up until the end of grade 11.
I mean, grade 11 and 12
60s
is what
and
matters.
50s and 60s up until grade 12.
Is that why you carried on university and that's why you failed a couple of courses?
Yeah, that is why I failed a lot of my courses. Yeah. But I got better. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone. I was so worried I wouldn't even get into university because my marks were so crap. I remember applying to universities for Eng, and I was like, I probably won't get into any engineering school, and I luckily made it to Guelph and
Is this
Ottawa.
the only one you got
in
into?
Ottawa. But Ottawa kind of accepts everyone.
You didn't get Ryerson or anything?
I didn't apply to Ryerson.
Oh, okay.
I applied to Queens, I applied to McMaster, I applied to Waterloo, I applied to Ottawa, Guelph, and I applied to Laurier.
We might have a special guest from Laurier.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so that's where I applied. Where did you apply?
I was super cocky and I wanted to be in biomedical engineering for sure, which is ironic because I'm no longer in biomedical engineering.
Yeah.
I only applied to 3 universities.
Which were?
Ryerson, Guelph, and Waterloo.
And what did you get into?
Funny enough, Guelph was like my backup. Guelph was a joke. I didn't apply to Guelph to come to Guelph. It was just like, I think you need to apply to 3 universities, right? And so Guelph was just like oh my goodness, that's like such a fun little cutesy town that I would never go to in my life. Lo and behold, I'm here. Yeah. But I got into Ryerson like the second week because everyone gets into Ryerson. Or TMU, my bad. Yeah. It's TMU now. Yeah. Guelph was super picky. Guelph didn't accept me for the longest time.
Well, yeah, I got my acceptance letter real late too.
I got a deferred acceptance actually. I got into biomedical engineering that was without co-op. And so I think it was...
did you apply to co-op later?
No, I only applied for co-op. I didn't apply with the normal one. And so they gave me a deferred acceptance and they said, we're still gonna like keep you for the co-op, but we don't have you accepted for it.
Oh, that's funny. Were you into something else?
No, and then they accepted me in May.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, for me, because my marks were dog shit in high school, right? So I was not expecting to get co-op, but I think because a lot of people don't take comp engineering, because the popular engineering disciplines here are like biomed and mechanical, right? Yeah. So there's not that many comp eng students here, so I think I still got co-op just because they didn't have enough
a lot of people,
So that's how I think I got co-op.
Plus, you know what's funny?
Because I should not be in co-op. There's probably other people who deserve it more than me.
No, well, you know what? Whatever happens.
I'm fine with it. I'm happy with it.
Whatever happens for a reason. I think like a lot of biomedical engineering was super inflated. Yeah. No offense, but every girl you meet is in
biomedical or enviro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Enviro,
Yeah. So like the majority of engineers like female engineers are in those disciplines. That's why it was so hard to like even like say. I think one of our super close friends, super smart. She didn't get into. I don't want to name names, but you know her from high school.
Oh yeah. Her. She would be fine with it.
Yeah. But like I want to make it less personal.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Like I think she was more deserving of other people I've met.
Oh, for co-op?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I know, I literally remember. So that person we're talking about and I went to the same high school and we coincidentally happened to come to University of Guelph as well. Anyways, I remember her not getting co-op and me getting co-op and I was fucking flabbergasted.
Yeah.
I was like, because her marks, the only reason I passed grade 12 physics was because I copied off everything, right? And she didn't get co-op and I got co-op and I was completely shocked.
Can you bleep this out?
Why? What you're about to say?
Yeah.
Well, what do you say?
I think I scratched my crotch.
Can we not bleep that out?
I'm not sure. Like I don't know.
We'll look at it. Okay. It's kind of funny.
Okay. Hopefully, if I didn't, I don't know. Or maybe I just like.
It's fine. I don't think people were if you hadn't mentioned it, I don't think anyone would have really, cared.
Yeah, but like once we make it big, and then there's creeps.
That's true. That's true. Then
they're gonna be like, I'm so creepy because the first episode I talked about scratching my butt. The second episode.
That's fine though.
Scratching my crotch.
What's
so
next?
Hot.
What else was there that we were gonna talk about?
Wait.
Why did you? Okay, so you picked University of Guelph because you didn't really pick it. You just kind of.
Yeah, I just kind of
picked it. Yeah, for me it was different. I'll give my whole shebang of what my whole university thing was. I wasn't even gonna be an engineer at first. I was gonna do food science. I was gonna be a science major. And I applied to 4 schools for that, which were Laurier, Carleton, Ottawa, and Guelph for food science. And Guelph was the number 1 choice for food science. And then I was like, well, I really want to go to Guelph. I don't know why I wanted to go to Guelph. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do food science. I want to do engineering instead. And I was like, which engineering? I was like, computer engineering. And then I ended up applying to all those universities that I mentioned. And I ended up getting in Ottawa and Guelph. And I didn't go to Ottawa. I came to Guelph.
Mine was super different.
Yeah. What was yours?
Like I said, I applied to 3. And I knew if I wasn't going to get into Waterloo, because that's the only reason my parents were going to let me live outside of, on campus, if it was Waterloo, because my mom was like, well, if you go to Waterloo, co-op's great. So it makes sense if we're going to put you, but Guelph was just for funsies. And then once I got rejected from Waterloo, it was on Eid, by the way. They rejected me on Eid. And I was like,
ruined that day.
Yeah, it did ruin the day. And I remember my high school friend and I we were on FaceTime together and we cried and we were like,
oh really?
Yeah, she applied for computer engineering and I applied for biomedical.
That's so different than mine. Because I didn't give 2 fucks. Really? I was like, I'm expecting to not get this.
We were making plans and I'm like, I highly doubt we're gonna get in, but we were making plans of living together and whatnot. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get in, but I mean we're both fairly smart, but she goes to Ottawa now for computer eng.
Wait, Ottawa?
Ottawa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so.
No, I was expecting to not get offers from most of these places. So when I didn't get one, I was like, oh, okay, that's expected. I just really wanted Guelph because I was like, at least if I get one, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I cried to my parents and I told them, I don't think I want to go to university, and because I don't want to go to Ryerson at all. Because my friend was actually the one. She said Ryerson is crap for engineering. Yeah. Choose anything but engineering at Ryerson. No offense to TMU, but
Yeah,
So
even for people who are watching, Ryerson's not the worst. But.
Ryerson is not the worst. I actually had a full-on conversation on TikTok with a guy about this. He was also going into biomedical engineering. It was either Guelph or TMU.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm choosing TMU because there's more opportunities to network because it's downtown.
It's literally in the heart of downtown.
Everything's there.
I've heard that a lot of people there are commuters and not people who live, but that makes sense for it being downtown Toronto, and it's probably a little more expensive as well.
I guess if we're talking about living at home and living alone, let's dive into like our experiences living off like without our parents and like just financially and everything too.
Oh,
so you can go first if you want.
Well, no, I think it's been pretty. I don't think I had a difficult time adjusting to it, if I'm being completely honest. Well, first year I lived in res, as you did for the second semester.
Yeah, I did.
And that was pretty easy because the only thing I really had to do was laundry.
Yeah, laundry was free and
laundry was free, and I didn't have to cook or anything. Yeah. But like second year when I moved out of res and started living like in a house with some of my friends, then cooking became more of a bigger deal, and there were some weeks where I would go on a pasta grind, I guess. And
Your
just
pasta
eat pasta.
gave me diarrhea. I'm sorry if this is like too much information, but yeah.
So I've eaten a lot of pasta, so I've gotten sick of that. But no, I've actually learned to cook a bit more. But I haven't had a hard time. Like I've had to work during the summers, but like I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, I feel like maybe some people do have a hard time adjusting, so I guess I can't speak for others, so I won't. But for myself, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think I've had a hard time adjusting in terms of like the, like food or living by yourself or whatever. But I will say one thing, I have gone through homesickness, and it has sucked balls. Because I remember the first week ever.
Careful with your language, because you want your parents to see this.
It's fine.
Okay.
Shit, whatever. So the first week that I came to Guelph, and I said goodbye to my parents and my sister, and then they went, and I came back to my dorm, and I was like, you know how the hype is for uni? Like by the end of grade 12 and like the summer before uni, and everyone's like, oh, I can't wait to go to uni, Yeah. It was like so hyped. At the moment my parents and my sister left, I was alone in my dorm. I knew nobody. I knew nothing. Completely alone. I was like, well, now what? Yeah. So that was pretty dog shit.
I think my experience is different than that.
Really?
Like, okay, well, when my parents dropped me off, whatever, it's the first time my brother hugged me too.
Oh, really?
So like that was
my mom made my sister and I hug actually.
Really?
Funny, yeah.
So,
I have a younger sister for those.
I have an older brother for those. Yeah. Again, too much information, but like I guess it's fine. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I guess if you're the same sex, because I don't want to say gender, because now there's like a couple more genders. If you're the same sex, it's
I was trying to be super politically correct right now. It's so funny.
It's different because like say our friends who like my friends that have like sisters, they're different because like they're more open about their emotions. But like if you have a sister, how often do you talk about like feelings or anything? Never.
Though now we have because no, not feelings I would say, but like we've talked more just in because how often do you talk to your brother?
No.
Like do you call him up and be like, hey, what's up?
I called him yesterday for help.
Yeah,
with,
exactly.
Like, work. That's
so, like, and that's when my sister will like usually like. Like if she needs help with school or like she needs a question or something, but we're like, I wouldn't say we talk about feelings. Like we talk more about school now because she's applying to uni.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Is she gonna come to Guelph?
I give her a tour of Guelph and everything. A weekend ago last weekend.
Did she like it?
She likes Guelph, but like I think I don't know where she wants to go. But I've tried to give her unbiased opinions about all of them. But at the end of everything, after giving all my unbiased opinions, I'm super biased about Guelph.
I mean, I love Guelph.
I like Guelph a lot. I used to not like it for the first 2 years. I'm being like that ass.
I hated it before I even got in. I was like, what school is this? Well, honestly, I'm grateful I didn't get into Waterloo because Guelph changed my life. For the best. If you don't know,
Well, Guelph did because we would have been doing this if you didn't come to Guelph. But now that would I have been.
I'm like not to be cocky or anything, but I got one thing. Okay, going back to like my living alone situation, I'm an extrovert, so I need people in my life, and like I need to like talk to people. And I was like, the only way I can make friends. I was obviously texting people. He snapped me and never snapped back. I snapped our mutual friend Humna a couple of times, and like I really was pushing her to be my friend. But other than that, I also started working a lot of jobs. Like
that's good.
And the only reason, I mean, I wasn't worried about pay at the time because my parents were paying for all my resident stuff, and I had like meal plans, and so money was never an issue at that point of my life. But I was working just so I could meet people.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's not how, because I don't think I met very many people. Like, I would try to give, because, like, I have a specific type of energy that I give off, but a lot of people wouldn't give that type of energy back, and it would just be awkward. So I had a lot of, like, interactions like that. And then eventually, Humna basically met you guys. And then there were a couple of people around my dorm room that I vibed with. So, and I was like, so I kind of got to know them, and then basically Humna met you guys, and I was like, okay, you guys are my friends too now.
Yeah, it took him 2 years to be my friends, by the way.
Yeah, are we gonna get into that?
No, not right now. It's too personal. No, that's another episode.
That's another episode. But yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah. So, like, if you're nervous, I would say, honestly,
I guess everyone knows, like, what they say is
nervous.
I feel like what people say is very true, but everyone's experience is very different.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, have you missed home at times, or do you not think so?
I think I've missed home a couple of times.
I've missed
but
home.
I'm also very fortunate because my parents, like,
they live close.
Relatively close, and they can, like, if, like, I've had instances in Reds when I wasn't feeling well, or, like, I had some problems, and I was like, my parents could come the next day. I was very grateful about that, but not that I, like, made them come the next day. So no, I think my experience has been fine. It was rough. I wouldn't say it was rough, but it took some getting used to for me, and making friends took a bit longer than I would have liked, I guess. But that's not everyone's experience. Everyone can have it. But I think everyone does find their own group eventually. You know, because, like, now we have, like, a really good group of friends, and even if you don't, university is not forever.
No,
it's like high school.
Exactly.
Even, you know how you have people peak in high school, and then like that's it. I feel like university is where we're peaking. But I wanna. There's so much more to life that we're gonna keep on looking forward to. So even if you don't find that group of friends, don't stress yourself out. Like,
and I think eventually everyone does. Why did you pick engineering?
So I started off with biomedical engineering, right? And then when I was, like, a kid, up until I'd say grade 10, I wanted to be a pilot. Great.
Oh, really?
Pilot.
Great.
It was before the meme even came out, but I wanted to be a pilot so badly, and then I looked into, like, their salary and everything, and, like, work-life balance. And I just felt like it wasn't for me, because
it's a lot of,
I want to get paid a good chunk of money, but I also want to
live your life.
Like, have that flexibility. So I was like, engineering was the only degree that was done in 4 years. Ironically enough, both of us aren't finishing it in 4 years.
Which we'll get into that actually later too, I guess. Talking more about engineering.
And then, where was I? I lost my train of thought because someone just opened the door.
You didn't want to become a pilot because...
Okay, I got it back. I got my train of thought back. So engineering was the only degree 4 years. It made a good chunk of money. If you don't know, they give you an iron ring at the end if you're Canadian. And I thought that was so cool because, you know what? It's just... Imagine, like, a little cult.
Yeah, it's literally a joke now. It's like, if you're not doing engineering, why else are you... Like, what's the last... Fuck. If you're not doing engineering for anything else, it's for the iron ring. That's what they say.
And then I chose biomedical because I thought it was feminine. And
Is that really the reason?
Yeah. I was like, I was like, keep doctor in the back of my head. Because, you know, they see people, they see off duty. I was like, I can still be a doctor. I can, because my GPA is not high enough. But biomedical, because I wanted that I think I'm super feminine.
Yeah.
I don't know. And, like, I thought, like...
I don't want to make a comment on that, but...
You can make a comment on that. We can blur it out if it's wrong.
No, I think you're feminine.
Well, can we say something?
Yeah.
The first time, like, my roommate in res, he was like, I want to see your room. Like, there were two of my roommates, and the moment he walked in, I had plants, my bed sheets were red, and, like, everything was super girly-ish. And he walks in and he goes, it's so girly. And then he thought, like, he insulted me, and he goes, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, that's fine. I am girly.
So you picked it because it's feminine and it takes 4 years to complete technically.
Yeah, and so, like, ironically enough, I'm not in biomedical anymore. I'm in mechanical, which is not that feminine. Yeah. Or at least feminine.
I think it's more dominated by males.
It is. And I think I'm thriving in it. Yeah. I don't think I should put that in there. Can we take that out?
We can take that out.
Okay, and then obviously not 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, can I talk about why it's not 4 years? So once I got into university, first year is done, I was like, I'm so passionate about coding.
Yeah.
I'm so passionate about coding, so I went to my guidance and I was like, I want to switch my major to software engineering. So she was like, you're gonna waste a year.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let me just take a minor in computer science then. She was like, yeah, sure. Can we cut that?
You're just rambling on. Basically, she took a comp sci minor, which added a year.
Yeah.
Okay, but now she's not doing it anymore because she doesn't like coding.
But then also changing my major added like a year, so it's like 6-year degree.
Oh, mine's too. Technically, now that I feel.
Yeah, but if you add co-op, you like.
It becomes 6 years.
No,
with co-op it becomes 6 years. Without co-op, it's 5 years total.
You're gonna do 5 years? You're gonna take.
I switched my co-op sequence, right?
Okay, well, let's talk about Ritwij now.
Anyways. Okay, so basically, like I said, food science was first, and then going back to that, I was gonna do food science, but I really only picked it because I was like, everyone else around me was like applying to a bunch of like programs and whatnot. So I was like, oh, I gotta do something now too, just like following the fucking crowd, I guess. And I applied to food science programs, and it just did not sit right with me for the longest time. And in the beginning, I was like, I'm not gonna do eng. And then I don't know. I guess like it's gonna sound very nerdy, but I did want to challenge myself a little bit because, like I said, my marks were pretty dog shit in high school, and I was like, well, no, I want to see if I can like actually do these courses that I find very difficult. And I was like, I woke up one day and I saw my computer, and I was like, computer engineering it is. That's the story.
Disclaimer, if you are our future employers, we love engineering and we're studious. We didn't fail a single course. Well, I didn't fail a single course, and I think mechanical engineering is my passion. I love AutoCAD and I love SolidWorks, and I passed the SolidWorks exam. I have the certificate. You did not?
I failed it. I never decided to take it again. The SolidWorks?
Yeah, the certificate.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I never got that.
Okay, well, one of us has the SolidWorks certificate, and please hire me. Thank you.
I also, and adding on to, we can make that into a little TikTok, that's kind of funny. Adding on to what she said, I also saw the 4 years thing, and the money was pretty enticing as well.
Yeah, obviously.
So,
money.
for people who say, I don't know, like for people who are doing engineering, and for people who say, oh, you need to like math and this and that to do engineering, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't think you need to like math to do engineering. Like, sure, it's hard. I won't say that it's easy. Like, engineering's hard. But like, even if you don't like the shit that you're learning, you can do it.
I think you can do it. I think it's time management over
anything. I feel like a lot of,
it's
exactly. It is time management. The content, people will say, oh, engineering is hard. It's not the content that's hard. It's math.
Time management.
It's time management. They do throw a bunch of shit at you, and it does get overwhelming, and it's dog shit. But even if you don't like it, and you're like, oh, if you don't know what to do, pick engineering.
Well,
at least you make money and a degree at the end of the day.
That is true, but if you don't know what to do, some people can't go through all that.
That's true. Like if you're very sensitive to maybe I shouldn't say that.
No, just say it and then we can blur it out.
Okay, yeah. Like if you get overwhelmed easily. Okay, I also don't want this to justify whether you pick engineering or not, because what if people actually listen to this?
I hope they do.
Yeah, I have to. Okay, my point is, if you don't think you can do engineering, you can do it.
Also, we're not professionals in anything we say.
No, we also don't really care about, how much do you care about mental health?
Okay, no, we gotta put in a disclaimer that we're not professionals. Please don't take our word
please
literally.
Don't take our word for this. But honestly, I feel like the fact that engineering is really hard is like very overhyped. I feel like it's not as bad as people say that it is.
I think now that we're in third year, we're almost done our degree.
That's
if
true.
you think about it.
That's true.
I think engineering. Okay, well, if you don't know what to do.
I say engineering.
No, because look at me. I went in with biomedical, switched to computer, switched to
But that just shows that you can switch even when you get engineering. It's not set in stone.
But I was switching in the realm of engineering.
Yeah.
If you want to switch outside of the realm of engineering, that's a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, but our friend Yuvi did it.
That's true. That is true. He also, I would say, he probably got a little bit lucky in the sense like they accepted him back.
That's true.
Yeah. So taking a gap year is not awful.
I wish I was gonna do that, but my parents were like, "Fuck no."
No, my parents. Okay, so that's like the Desi standard, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't take a gap year, but I think if you need to, obviously don't waste the gap year like on your phone doing nothing. But there's so much to explore, and if you're financially capable of taking that route, go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
And trust me, I met so many people that took a gap year. And like the person I worked with, she took a gap year before she started engineering. So she worked, but I think I don't remember what she justified it as, but you can definitely figure a lot out about yourself. My friend took a gap semester, and I was really influenced by her. I'm talking a lot, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're supposed to talk a lot.
Okay.
It's a podcast.
My friend took a gap semester, and I was so influenced by her. I talked to my mom. I was like, second semester of university, I wanted to take a gap
semester,
but I couldn't do that with co-op because they kick you out. It's like, it's a mess if you're taking into co-op. So actually look into that. The grades, everything, you have to like keep it going with co-op. But my mom was like, no. And my friend, I think she thrived. She not only like made a lot of money, but she realized what she wanted to do.
That's good.
She never studied in high school, but she really went into your turn to talk.
Yeah. But I mean, I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I don't know if engineering was my thing, but I still kind of did it. I think I also made do with it. Because like
your dad's also an engineer, so
that's not what I did. My contrary to what most brown people were like, this is gonna make my parents sound bad. I promise you, they're not like that. I'm just saying it because it's funny. But like, my parents were the opposite because they believed I couldn't do anything. Okay, so they're like, don't go anywhere, just stay in Belleville, which is where I'm from, and they're like, just go to the local like college there, because they're like, you're kind of stupid.
Yeah.
They didn't actually say that. I'm just making that up. But like, they're advising not to go anywhere. They're like, just stay at home, do this, do that. You don't need to go do anything fancy. And when I was like doing engineering, because like they didn't force me to do engineering, I actually did engineering myself, right? They're like, why are you doing that? Like, you don't have to. We're not like telling you to go do it. And I'm like, no, I know. I want to do it myself.
That's so funny. That's a TikTok clip right
that's
there.
True,
that's
true.
so funny.
But yeah, that's how I kind of did engineering, even though my parents didn't force me, because if they would have loved it if I just stayed home. They wanted that. So.
No, that makes sense. No, my mom says the same thing. My mom, she's like, you spent all your academic intelligence in grade 9 and 10, and now you're so dumb. Yeah. And I really am. I was like in front of her with my lab, and I'm like, for the past 30 minutes, I couldn't write a sentence. And she's like, I just hope you finish your degree. Yeah. She says that to me often. Not in like, I love my mom.
Oh, does she actually? That's
she says
so
like, I really
funny.
hope.
My dad, because I've failed a bunch of courses, right? Like I failed mechanics 1 twice. I've dropped 4 courses last semester, not to scare anyone. It's just because I'm stupid. Most people don't actually do that. Yeah. Okay, but I don't tell them immediately. I like wait a couple months to tell them that I dropped the mechanics 1. I told them a year after I actually dropped it. Yeah, I told them a year after, right? Not that they got mad at me. It's just I didn't want to tell them. But they're like, after hearing about all these courses that I've dropped, they're like, you are gonna like finish your degree, right? Like, you're not gonna be stuck there forever. Like, if you're just gonna waste the money, just come back home. But
that's so funny. That's like my mom.
Yeah. So
it's bound to happen. You're probably gonna listen to that stuff, especially because I came from like my brother. He did mechatronics engineering. Yeah, he finished it in 4 years. Yeah. He finished in 4 years, and he kept his GPA really high, like close to 4.
And honestly, living at home, university does not live to the hype the high schoolers make it seem. Living alone does kind of suck.
It does. In terms of food, and I'm starving right now.
No, exactly. In terms of food, you got to do a bunch of shit. You sometimes in the beginning, I guess you come home all alone and stuff. Like, I don't know. It can be really, really depressing. So, like, the hype is not
that
accurate, but
how far along
it does become fun. We can cut it down. I can't see that. Well, we got to talk about more stuff.
Oh, we're an hour and 34 minutes.
No, we're not an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, I see 0 for the hours. Yeah. Okay. We're 34 minutes in.
Yumna switched majors. Did you talk about that?
We did.
Why did you switch majors? No, we didn't talk about why you switched majors.
No, I did femininity, and I realized.
No, from bio. Oh,
I suck at bio.
Okay.
I hate bio. I didn't take it in grade 12, which is so stupid.
Okay, sorry, can continue.
No, which is so stupid.
Okay. Let's talk about what makes a successful engineering student, or like what advice we would give to people if they want to be good engineering students.
I've got a big one for that.
Okay.
Studying is a lot, but don't only focus on studying. I think,
for sure. Do make podcasts like this one.
Oh yeah, go listen and subscribe. Listen to our first episode if it's still on. We're gonna take that off.
Yeah, we'll take that off.
No, it's like you can have the highest grades.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna pass with the same degree at the end of the day, but if you don't know how to speak or you don't know how to talk with your
or
you
memories don't know how to
solve general. Yeah, memories is a big one.
For me, that's about the lifestyle more than I feel like you're more of a mark achiever than I am. In terms of grades. Achiever? Like, you would rather like if we were to do the same project, I would be happy. I'm just giving random numbers. Like I would be happy with a 65 versus you would not be happy with that, right?
Yeah, I hate myself for that though.
Exactly. Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's I don't care about it because in the end of the day I know I'm gonna get the same paper
Okay, that's
as you.
fair.
But
Yeah, see, like I am someone who does not give a fuck about marks, which maybe is not bad, but like I also like engineering is also something that is like really project heavy. So if you have a lot of projects that you do and are involved in many things like co-op, then that can be fine. But do we have any other advice that we give?
I just want to clarify when I said
Yeah,
that you should know how to speak. You should probably know how to stall yourself and
let's have good communication skills.
good communication
Yeah,
skills.
it's. I think it's more what you're trying to say is like doing calculus is one thing, but being an all-rounder is like
An
adds
important
on.
thing.
Yeah, it's important, just as important as being academically inclined, right? Yeah, I would agree. Is there anything else? Any other engineering advice, or for people who want to come and do engineering at any engineering school or Guelph or anything?
No, I think you. Oh, also don't be like worried about like a project that's worth 1% of your grade.
Oh yeah,
Don't waste your
don't
time on
waste
that.
your time on that. Yeah, just study smart, not hard is the motto for engineering, right? Like, and you will fail. You will fail.
You will fail midterm.
And they will curve your marks.
Or
and you'll be
they
safe.
won't,
Or
but
they
then
won't, and
you
then
won't
you
be
will
alone.
fail the class.
But you won't be
But you
alone.
won't be alone. The best thing for engineering is when you're like, it's not the best, but the vibes are crazy when it's 3 a.m. and you're still working on a
That's
lab.
so fun.
Right?
Yeah.
You're still working on a lab and you haven't made a single like step forward for the past like 4 or 5 hours, and you're all angry at it. But it's
Everyone's
just the
in it
most
together.
fun. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's in it together, and you actually become closer with the people around you. So, you know, you will go through time like that.
Yeah. Also, want to preface by saying you didn't fail alone. We know so many other people that failed.
I think most of
Most
the people we
friends,
know, most of our
yeah.
friends have like failed or done so. Like I failed twice. I know people that have failed twice in other courses. Like it's so common.
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself about it, especially if you're like a high achiever person. Because for people who are, it's even more tough. Because for me, like I said, I was dog shit in high school. I was expecting myself to be dog shit in university, and when I was like, oh, okay, this is expected of me.
That's so different for me. Because like I remember everyone was like, you're gonna take a hit by 20% on your like grades, and I was like, that's not true. I'm a high achiever. I always got 90s, whatever. And then I got here and I got my first 50 and 60 ever in my life. I was like, oh.
Yeah, see, that's completely different because I was 50s and 60s and 45s all the way through high school. So it was.
I got happy with my 43 in linear algebra because everyone else got a 20 and I got a 43, and I thought I was the smartest person alive because of that. Even though I failed like everyone else, they did not curve that grade, by the way. Do you think we sound too narcissistic?
No, I think this is from our perspective. Other people will have completely different things to say. I guess if you have questions, leave it in the comments below. We can answer more, obviously.
Or like just on our Snapchat.
Or
Instagram,
or whatever. Well, we are happy to answer more questions.
A few moments later.
No, we talked about time management. I hope we got that.
I didn't get on it.
It's recording.
Is it recording? It's all good. Did you see that come out? Okay. Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about?
Why did that? One thing about
You know what's
Ritwij.
funny? It happened last week too. Do you remember? Not during the podcast though.
When did it happen?
It didn't come out though.
Oh, like we were sitting
when
in
we were
like
looking at it, yeah.
I remember. One thing that's funny about Ritwij is like spit just comes out of his mouth if he's eating.
Yeah, if I will drool when I'm like about to munch on food, or even in general. I have a really bad like habit of salivating.
He makes noises when he eats.
Yeah,
too.
I like to moan.
I don't know where you're just like we're in a group, we're trying to eat.
Should we just end it there? I feel like there's no way of going back to what we were talking about.
Please come back for the next episode.
Please, okay. There will be a University of Guelph tour video. We'll do another podcast. We'll make sure to record our. This is a learning lesson.
This is a learning curve, yeah.
And we'll discuss everything later.
Okay.
After
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Stay tuned for the next podcast. Thank you for tuning in with us. Like, comment, subscribe,
and leave comment.
Like, comment, subscribe, and fuck. Let's fucking end this.
That's good.
That's good. Fuck me.